All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Talkaholics podcast. This is Iman.
This is Razia.
And we're back. I feel like we might do this every single time.
If you've been watching for a while, or even not, just like get used to it.
It's like we do a couple episodes and then we're like, real life catches up and then we take a break and then we do another couple episodes.
Guys, being a content creator is so hard.
Very difficult. But we're here. We're back today. Happy New Year.
We say at the beginning of March.
Yeah, like how's 2023 been going for you guys? We haven't spoken to you since the new year. So we're here and we're back and we're excited to be together again.
Yeah.
Razia, I haven't seen you in so long. Like I feel like I need to be updated on all the life things. So please let me know what's been going on with you.
Yeah, a lot of life has happened. I think from our last podcast, it's been 3 months. So thanks, guys, for your.
I think even more.
Oh, as far as like a podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
As a podcast going live, yeah. Anyways, we're here again. Ignore it. Hiatus that we never tell you about.
You're never prepared. We just leave.
I think the most major thing that's happened since the podcast has gone live, and I don't know that I've talked about it on a previous episode, but
I think so.
Start a recent project on a different Insta account. Yes, hooray! It's an art project that I've just used as an excuse to start my character design journey, I guess we can call it. I don't have an existing portfolio, so it's kind of hard to like apply to things, and not even that, just to like have myself in that space saying, hey, I'm interested in this topic if I don't have any work out there. So started a new Insta account, made a project around it that was kind of in and around starting to design my own video game, which I've called Arcade Blackout. The premise is,
It's so good.
thank you. The premise is basically there are like 6 arcade regulars in an arcade space, and a power outage happens, and then once kind of the lights come back on, they're all transformed into whatever game that they were playing. So I've released 3 characters so far out of 6. I've already have them like drawn out, and I think I've been working at it behind the scenes for a while now, because I just wanted to be like my personal process, and then just release it out there. So it's been nice to just like have pieces like yeah. I try to make it a social media thing because it's so boring to just like draw them, have a portfolio done, and then know like see it
and
make it more of a journey.
people need to see it. Okay, it's so cool. I always tell Razia, I mean, and any visual artist, I'm just like, I don't know how you guys have this idea in your head and then you just start putting it on paper and then this thing happens. Like it's actually insane to me the way your brains work, but it's very, very, very good. You guys need to check it out. I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, I think I'm like really excited because for a while I've had kind of my personal and professional whatever, like I just can't combine, and like separating it out makes it a lot easier for me to like not give a shit. Like I don't know if like other creators or like artists or whatever have the same thing of like it's kind of easier being behind an account that feels like a business account.
Yeah, it's not about your personal life.
Yeah, you're not like, I'm not so conscious about like, especially being creative and like making stuff that is true to you and your style can feel kind of weird and awkward and like, oh, this is not for everybody, but that's not the point.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's great.
But it's been busy. It's been fun though, and it's like anytime that I can be active on social media and it doesn't feel like work.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's fucking refreshing. I'll tell you that.
So it's awesome. Guys, definitely follow her. Her Instagram is Razia Art. It's gonna be linked down below. And she's on TikTok. Okay, showing the behind the scenes behind all the drawings. It's again fascinating. Love it. You need to watch it. Follow her content. And also I feel like it would be really cool if people like, I mean, aside from this project, because this project needs to be completed. But it would be cool if you got like people to request like you did before. What to draw. Yeah, like that stuff was really cool. Like people can request what to draw and then you can kind of add your own spin on it.
It's funny that you said it because so right now I've released 3 out of the 6 characters, and I want to take a break instead of like kind of constantly funneling those out. Now that I'm halfway, so if you get a break to do fan art, but it'd be really cool to just do like requests and stuff. We'll shoot some on the stories when this episode goes live.
Yeah.
Here's what we talk about that in the episode, so you can see stuff then.
Yeah,
I'm open to it. I need practice. I actually do need the prompts. Can't be working, please.
yeah. And then obviously hire her.
Let's go.
Commissions. She got you. Her style is wicked, guys. Honestly, I'm so serious. Like,
That's so sweet.
it's really great. Yeah. But that's so exciting. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna, grow bigger and more successful, inshallah. So
I hope so. Yeah. I know. It's tough. It's like, but like, no. Never mind. I'm confident about this.
Yes, 100%. As you should be. As you should.
You didn't see that moment of doubt.
I feel like that's pretty. It's natural. It's natural when it comes to like stuff that you really, really care about it, and it's your own, and like it's a vulnerable thing to put stuff out there that is a reflection of you, right? Like you put so much work into it. We've talked about this podcast itself. Like you put a lot of work into this, and it's like it's kind of scary, and also like can be. I don't know, like,
does anybody care?
Yeah, but like, who cares? Who cares? We're doing it for ourselves.
All right, Iman. I think Iman has a life update that has more substance than I could provide.
No,
but an amazing few journeys she's had, and adventures.
Yes, that's true.
And stuff that I've seen, and I want to know all the details. So this lady has gone to more than it's 2 countries, but I feel like you also didn't talk about New York last time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So 3. Count them. 3 is fair.
I have been honestly, I've been very lucky. Yeah, I guess the last half of the year was really great. Alhamdulillah. But yeah, I did go on a couple trips in October. I went to like DC and New York to visit some family. My first time in New York since I was like a child. So like it was really great because I've always wanted to go, and I didn't really remember anything from when I was like 7 years old. So I consider it my first trip. But that was like a family trip, it was still great. Like such a good time. I was in DC for a couple of days, mainly seeing family. So I didn't really get to see too much, but our hotel was literally like down the street from the White House. So we like just had to walk down, and we were like, oh, hey. But I don't really care. I don't really care. I was with my mom and my aunts, and like obviously that's like something that when you're with your family and it's like touristy and stuff. But but DC otherwise is nice, and the weather was beautiful. The weather was great in October. Same with New York. It was a little colder, but like nice. But New York was so fun, and it was because I love it, and I'm going back. Did I tell you this?
No.
I will.
You did.
I did.
Spoilers for later in the episode.
But anyways, yeah, New York was really, really great, and because I went with my aunt and my aunts and my mom, I was the lead of the trip, like in terms of navigation and stuff. So I felt like by the end I was a true New Yorker because like I was the one who had to be like, okay, this is where we're going. This is how we get there. Like I was like navigating the streets of New York. I was navigating the train, the subway.
Fun, I feel like
and I was like, yeah. So I was the conductor of the trip, and it was really great. And I like my type of style. Is truly about like I really like knowing the area that I'm in, like and feeling like a local. You know what I mean? Like obviously there's not much you can do in like 4 days. We were there for like 4 days, but yeah, like that's my goal of every trip that I go to. When I go to a new place, like I like to be able to like, oh, I recognize that, and like, or I know what route to take when I'm going here and stuff like that. So New York was great, loved it. And then in November I went to Puerto Rico, and that was my first time in the Caribbean. And it was really, I had so much fun. I went with my friends Stephanie and Jessica, and it was a really, really great time. We stayed in San Juan, and we got an Airbnb there. It was really nice. And Puerto Rico is very Americanized. Like there's a lot of U.S. citizens who like have moved there, live there, whether it be because of like army bases or work or whatever. And obviously a lot of American tourists too, because it's very easy. They don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico, right? They just need their ID, or like any other ID. So it was like everybody's for the most part speaks English. So like if you don't know Spanish, it's not like that big of a deal. Like you'll get by. Of course, like I'm talking about San Juan, like very touristy areas, stuff like that. But it was beautiful, so beautiful. San Juan is so beautiful. Old San Juan, our favorite place. Like we were there like almost every day, and we were maybe like 10-minute drive from Old San Juan. So we were like again we were like Ubering there every day, and it's just like really beautiful. Just think like cobblestone, like narrow streets, and really colorful buildings. And then there's like this like beautiful rolling hill with a castle that was built by the Spanish. Don't love the colonizers, but like there's like that's where they used to be when they were like they had colonized. But there's like the castle, and then there's like big rolling hill, and then and then there's the water. Oh, it was just so
Oh,
nice.
it's a picture.
And like it was November, right, when we went, so like
Yeah.
the weather was compared to Toronto,
Yeah.
the weather was so nice, like 30s every day.
I was gonna ask what's the food like there?
So yeah, the food is well, it's very similar to a lot of like South American, Central American countries. So it's like a lot of like carbs, like rice, plantain, and then like meats. So whether it be fish, pork, chicken, beef, whatever it may be. But yeah, it's very much like that, and then with like the beans,
Okay.
stuff like that. Honestly, the food was good. I obviously, as a Muslim, I had to be very careful that there wasn't pork in a lot of things. Like, so for example, like obviously I straight up don't order the pork, and then also sometimes but then also like at one point we were at this like local the first night we got there, we just like searched up like what's the best local Puerto Rican restaurant like in our area.
Yeah.
And we found this place that's like super popular that was like a 10-minute walk from our Airbnb. And like thinking back, we probably shouldn't have walked around that night, but it's fine. So we just like walked to the, and it was really like super local. Like no one really spoke English, but like anyways, it was really nice because that's how you know you got authentic stuff. And I got this like dish, and it come with the beans, and luckily my friend Jessica, she speaks a little bit of Spanish. She asked the waitress, she's like, "Oh, does this have any pork in it?" And then she was like, and the lady was like, yeah, there's pork in the beans. Like I guess they like the broth they use or whatever to like make the beans has pork in it. And I was like, thank you for asking, because I would have ate that. Like I wouldn't have known. You know,
It's just beans. It's just
beans. So that's one thing I would say is like I feel like a lot of like that. There's a lot of like pork and stuff in that food, so you just have to be careful. Just ask, and there are halal options even in Puerto Rico, but it's not Puerto Rican food.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like Turkish.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want, just have to, go for the seafood option, and then just make sure you ask that, they're not putting pork in it.
Now, I want to know, because I've never been to Puerto Rico, I want to know how Puerto Rico compared to Panama.
Okay, so yes, I went to Panama in January, and I know, what you guys thinking? You're thinking, Iman, what are you doing? I'm traveling, okay? I am living my life. So yeah, okay, so Panama was different only because like food wise they're very similar, but the experience of food in Panama I would say was better for me just because I went with a Muslim organization and they made sure that everything was halal. So I never had to feel any type of way. I didn't have to be like, oh, I don't know about this. No, every single thing that was given to me was halal. And like obviously that was great. Let me tell y'all, I went with the Sisters Retreat.
Quick review.
This great organization who hosts trips to Panama for Muslim women across like from anywhere. Obviously a majority of them were from Toronto, but like we had someone from the UK, we had a couple from the States. So like, and it doesn't matter what age you are. I believe you have to be over 18. I would suggest to be over 18, but we had a wide range of women in our group, ranging from like I'm like 27 up until like 50s. So it was really, really great. I highly recommend if you're a Muslim woman wanting to like connect with other Muslim women and also travel and feel safe. They are the people to go with. Like it was so good. You obviously you pay them and they take care of everything. Okay, so like I didn't have to worry about where I was staying. I didn't have to worry about what food I was eating, the activities, like everything was taken control of, like within the cost that they provide, like that we paid. And it was beautiful. Panama's beautiful. I would say Puerto Rico is a little bit more tourist friendly than Panama is. I know Panama's still like getting there, but still like you can do it as a tourist. I just think you have to know more Spanish in Panama than in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. But
like for us, so we had like the two owners of the Sisters Retreat, are Timaj and Jillery is Panamanian herself. So yeah, so she has recently moved to Panama with her family, and her parents are from Panama. So her dad was the one who was like driving us around, and like she's Jillery speaks Spanish herself, so like we had no issues, like yeah, it's really nice. I had such a good time. We had and it was a great balance between relaxation and like rejuvenation, and also having some like activities and adventure. Like I got to try surfing for the first time, which was so fun. I never thought I would surf in my life. And even my parents and like my grandma were like, "Are you crazy?" And I was like, but it was so much fun. Like I completely failed. I could not stand up on the board, but I got up to my knees, which was pretty good. So like so much fun. And then there's a lot of historical, like a lot of history in Panama, right? So we got to learn a lot about the history. We got to visit a mosque, like a masjid, in Panama, because there is a Muslim population in Panama. It's like, I believe 2% of the population in Panama is Muslim, and there are like Panamanians who have converted to Islam, but there are also like people who have moved or like migrated to Panama from like Palestine and India and stuff like that, who are also Muslim. So it's an interesting mix.
Right.
So it was really great to meet some like locals, and overall great trip. Highly recommend.
I was gonna say we'll put like the details of even that in
Yeah.
like the bio or somewhere whenever we post this.
Yeah.
Because I think we're both big on this topic. We've like had several episodes and podcasts about this before that you can go back and search of us encouraging kind of Muslim, especially Muslim women, to travel.
100%. Yeah.
Tourism Suite is a really good option. I saw the pictures. It's all very organized, done for you, especially if you're nervous. And,
Yeah, if you feel nervous about like, especially like so I went with Iman, the second Iman. So you don't have to, obviously this is a great thing if you're scared of traveling alone. Like you get to meet, you go there and you're meeting a group of people that you get to travel with, essentially.
Yeah.
But like I went with Iman, so it was nice to have someone with me. But even if you're traveling alone, it's very like, all you have to do, the only thing that you're traveling alone is the flight, and then after that they pick you up from the airport. And then you meet this great group of women, and you basically just like have friends at the end of the thing. So
Exactly. Yeah, it's an opportunity to meet new people, but it's just like your needs are met, right? And
Yeah.
as a woman, you got to think about the food. You got to think about the privacy. If you're gonna enjoy the water.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
that.
can I tell you the villa? We had a villa. It was about, I want to say like 2-ish hours outside of Panama City, and it was beautiful. I've never stayed in luxury in my life. It was this beautiful villa, huge, and then in the backyard there was like seating and a grill area, and there was a pool, and it was all private. So like, and there was no men in the house, right? Even like we had 2 Panamanian women who were there to help out with cleaning and cooking our meals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So no men in the house, and you didn't have to worry about like hijab. You could wear whatever bathing suit you wanted. And it was really great. And yeah, it was just a good time. I highly recommend. Definitely check them out. Yeah.
Well, that's it. You can have fun too.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. But the thing that I kept thinking about as we're talking about all your travels, like, and which I have to even get to and get out there in the world, is like how much that would have been so fun to get away from the 9-to-5 grind. Just not.
Yeah, it was nice. This was my first. Puerto Rico was my first trip. That I actually took vacation. So yeah. So yeah, I want to say like ever since I started my job in 2020, I never took
COVID.
Yeah, I never took vacation. No, even when I traveled, like I was still working is what I mean. Like I never actually took vacation.
Yeah.
Partly because I didn't have it. and then when I got vacation time, like yeah, that was Puerto Rico was my first trip where I was like, okay, I'm actually going to take time off, and I'm not going to look at my computer. I'm going to turn off all my notifications, and it was amazing. I realized that I'm okay with not working. Like I'm okay with not. I can stop working if I didn't. Not that I can stop doing things. Like I need to keep myself busy, but like I am perfectly okay with not working.
Literally, I think I don't know if it's the pandemic. I don't know if it's just growing up, like whatever stage of life we're in now. It's just like that. I feel like for us working, or you might not have to relate to this, but working was like very combined with proving yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And just like, the comparison once you get out of school to feel like, oh, I know I got to put this all to work.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Got to earn it back. And it's a part of privilege too. Not everybody has the option to like, not work and stuff. But for me, that is not what is keeping me going. I am very much for the bag.
Yeah. 100%. I'm so sorry. This economy in this city, no, we can't afford to live in the city. Like we 100% we are working to make money. That's
I don't know.
you know. And I think that like it helps that we we enjoy to an extent what we do.
But I feel I'm saying that I feel like I get my worth from other places now.
Oh yeah.
It's so funny. I should have realized earlier. That's okay. Anyways, I was watching a TikTok as per usual. And
Love that.
I was like, just on this topic, I saw somebody talk about, because Icks and stuff are like that common thing to talk about in the dating group online. But I saw somebody talk about Icks in context of like other subjects, and I was like, oh, wait, how come this is not being discussed? Because I feel like we all have the same kind of irk.
Yeah.
So like they were going off about like coworkers, friends, things like that. What are the things that like drive you insane, especially as like people are again like in our stage of life, being like mid-20s? Like I feel we have a ton now at this point that are like our own red flags for those two different spaces. I was wondering if you like now, not that just because you're back to work.
It's like I had to come back from vacation and now everyone has pissed me off. No, I'm kidding.
Here's my list.
No.
I wanted to know about your general, it could be like workplace general, coworker general, fan level, like whichever you want to start off with. Well,
okay. Yeah, I definitely have coworker icks. I will say like not current coworkers.
Yeah.
Let me put this out. We're not talking about anybody specific to this day.
It's not generally that anybody can relate to.
Yes.
Yeah, we've all met this kind of person.
Yeah.
In this.
I would say one of my top like workplace icks, coworker icks, is, and this is gonna sound so funny, but it's really what people tell me what to do.
Is it micromanaging?
Micromanaging stuff, especially when you're not my superior. Again, this is general. I'm talking about past experiences, okay? But like, literally micromanaging stuff when you're not my superior, like. And on top of that, when I already know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm already in the process of doing something and then someone's like, oh, Iman, you have to do this. Make sure you do this. Or did you do this? Da-da-da. I'm like,
yeah, hold up.
Take a break. Calm down. Please.
Actually, it's actually a good point. And like, this could be a whole other podcast. But I feel like as we've both been in situations where we've been admins before, or like everybody's been on like the startups, stages of their career. I feel like even if your role doesn't say that anymore, or even if you get to a place of, being experts in your field, whether that's design, social media marketing, whatever, getting people to break out of that mentality of like, you're not just in for support.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's like, if it's a race related thing or like a job related thing of like, oh, they're just there to help.
That's a good, yes. I feel like it could be, and that's sad. But no, I think also it's, for some people it's hard to just like remove you from, or like get over what they're used to from you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you start off in a company in like an admin position and you're always there for like tech support, you're always there for meeting minutes, you're always there for this and this and this and this. You know what I mean? Then when you move into a new role, I feel like they don't forget everything you did. You know what I mean? So it's like they still rely on you for certain things. And I've seen that in many roles. Like I've moved on to something else and I have work to do in this role. You know what I mean? And then all these other admin tasks get piled onto you because you were the person for that. And so it's like you have to do your current job and then this as well. Yeah. And it's not fun.
Yeah, exactly. Mine is kind of related to the same topic of like they're relying on you because you're like fast at it, you're good at it.
Yes, that too. I'm like, damn, I should just stop doing a good job.
just pretend you forgot how to use Microsoft Word into this world. I think for me, just the availability part is when my schedule has nothing, let's say on a Friday especially, triggering, it has nothing, no meetings, that I'm not really going to get my face, like I'm not going to get my face ready at my desk or from my desk. I work from home majority of the day. It's not one of the things I'm going to do. So if I get a call nowhere, it's just like a scramble to like get all that stuff done right away. So I really appreciate like scheduling stuff out in advance.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know. It also says something about like, you see, so I'm just ready. Like,
I think it's about respecting your time, right? Like, obviously, we all, especially when you work from home, I think people like it's hard to see the other person, like, in literally I'm saying, like, but it's hard to see what the other person is doing. So you're just thinking about yourself and your schedule in your space, and you're like, oh, I have all these things to do, and like this things need to get done. So like, for example, oh, Razi, I need to do this thing, I just need to like call her and get her out of the way, kind of thing. And like they don't I feel like they don't think about, oh, what is Razia up to right now? Like, is she, can I interrupt your day with this and stuff like that? So I think that's the one thing about working from home, where it can be difficult because it's hard to like know people's schedules, and like sometimes people want to get things done ASAP and they don't think to schedule it in a way that works for both people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think like like we share one more age, because I feel like friendships is like a whole other podcast.
Yeah, that's
whole other world. But I think like the last one for me is just like, I don't know, it's not even just like the respect of time, but there's often times when I'm like given things, like task things to do, that I feel like I've had experiences, let's say in work, that have really supported my growth in that organization, or like, okay, this is for her to like develop her skills, so that even if it's not the next position, but it's like a better portfolio work, or more challenging project. Like, I love when, especially superior, but even people around me, are always pushing me to do better. But it's when I feel consciously that I'm kept at a place that is lateral, it kind of bothers me. But yeah, opportunities out there.
Yes, 100%.
So, yeah. One of those things is like, my biggest ick is like, we all have the understanding we're all here to get the bag, but also to get more bag.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That doesn't spell for any level. Like,
no.
That, like, I recognize that as someone who is either above or below me in terms of like level or role, whatever. And I feel like people who understand that and like are the ones that are there for you.
Yeah.
How to figure your boss or not, but like that really, it irks me. Like, let's not make excuses about it. We all know that that's just the truth.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like, make more money, and also challenge yourself. I feel like same for me. Like, if I'm stuck in a role that's not challenging me, I don't want to do it. Like, that's it. Like, it becomes like really, I don't know, menial, like the tasks, and I have no motivation to get my work done. I will do the work, I mean, like, always, like, but yeah, there's definitely no motivation to get the work done when I feel like you're not working towards anything.
No, but that's my point. Is I feel like I don't think anybody has the excuse anywhere to be like, oh, I think this person's happy for doing what they're doing 5+ years, doing the same exact thing because they're really good at it. That's enough to like make you really happy. But I find that, especially now, and maybe this is like once I work with like, you know, younger people or people closer to our age, it's, we all understand like our happiness at work is like a combination of a bunch of things.
100%. I think, and that's the thing. I think, just in general, the millennials in general have less. They just don't want to deal with working in a company for 20+ years if it's not going to do anything for them, right? Like, I feel like that's why there's always these reports like millennials leave jobs so quickly, and it's like, because we don't want to put up with like things that sorry we don't no we don't want to we have a lower tolerance for BS at work, and also for just like, we like things to be done efficiently. So if something is not efficient, we don't put up with it. That's the thing. So like, it doesn't make sense for me efficiently, like life-wise, it's not efficient for me to stay in one role for like 5-6 years if I can stay in this role for 2 years, and then there's another opportunity that is better for me in all aspects, and then stay there for another 2 years, and then, you know what I mean?
No, and this is why, like, I feel like older generations always make the assumption that, oh, millennials don't want to work hard. It's like, no, we
in fact do want to work hard, but we can't work hard at the same thing for 20 years.
It has to come with compensation. It has to come with growth. It has to come with a good working environment. There's like that hustle mentality, we're fading out of it. That was that generation. They're the ones who had everything for the bottom dollar to satisfy their boss. It's not
That's true. I feel like the hustle mentality still exists, but it's just a different type of mentality. It's a healthier mentality for sure. Like, you're still hustling, but it's just like you're looking for a better opportunity every time, like that. And I think that's necessary because all aspects of life are harder now. Okay.
And we also have the options too, right?
That's true.
Like I don't know why, if like looking down at our generation, like why would you think we would sign up to just do something that makes us unhappy constantly because it's secure? I don't think that that's enough for us
No.
anymore. But yeah,
True.
I think well, thank you guys for like, first of all, sticking around, and we're continuing to come back when we come back.
Yeah.
I think that's really sweet. We're super happy to share like our lives again with you guys and give us updates, and hopefully we can continue to do all like the funny episodes, like the gimmick episodes. Give us ideas. We're still available to take your prompts through episode ideas. Maybe we'll talk about friendship Icks in another one.
Yeah.
If you have any suggestions, leave comments down below as per usual. Iman, where can they find us on social?
So we're on Instagram at Talkaholics Pod, and on Twitter, I believe also at Talkaholics Pod. And well, that's it for social. Oh, we're on TikTok. We're on TikTok at Talkaholics Pod. They'll be linked down below. And of course, you can listen to us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, YouTube, and all them good stuff. Wherever you listen to your podcast, I think. Anyways, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.